Hi, I'm Larry O'Brien. I'm Vice President of Research at ARC Advisory Group, and we are here at the 2026 ARC Industry Forum. I'm talking today to Carlos Sanchez, Director of OT for Fortinet. How are you doing today, Carlos?
Doing great. How you doing?
Good. So Fortinet's one of the leading OT cybersecurity companies out there. Industrial cybersecurity includes a broad range of products and services. We have a lot of legacy devices out there and kind of obscure devices that people aren't really familiar with in the IT world. And I was wondering if you could tell me what aspects of this market is Fortinet focused on, and how are your solutions different from the other players out there?
Yeah, the industrial security is a massive market. One thing that we specialize in, or our main focus, is practical risk reduction. And we do that in live environments, because again, in industrial environments, I mean, you cannot stop production. That means money. So we specialize in aligning our technologies with standards. Not only, I mean, in every aspect of industrial security. For instance, manufacturing, energy, and all that. We have, I mean, specialized solutions. We are OT first, meaning that our solutions are firewalls, I mean, that can exist in industrial environments. They are ruggedized. Passive visibility, and for us that's is a really important focus point, mostly because some of the devices, as you mentioned, this is technology that's been around for some time, and if we try to interrogate it and scan it, I mean, it might render it useless. So for us, that is important. I mean, our focus is, again, risk reduction in live environments, and again, with specialized equipment for ruggedized equipment.
Yeah, and I know you guys have been in the business for a long time, and you understand OT. I think one of the things about OT that we're experiencing right now is a growing number of cyber attacks, right? The threats are more numerous, they're more sophisticated now, and more targeted, you know, with the OT layer. Whether directly or indirectly, right? Because some of these attacks happen at the IT level, and then they end up affecting things down, you know, at the OT level where production actually happens. What lessons do you think we can take away to help industrial organizations to better prepare for a cyber attack?
It's not if, it's when it's going to happen. And the main lesson, I mean, in the way, I mean, as we travel the country and talk to our peers, is when you look at the breaches, they're rarely zero-day attacks. They're rarely things that just happen in a whim. I mean, these are architecture failures. That's what we see. Flat networks. Yeah. We see unpatched devices, and the proper controls. I mean, to move data from one environment to the other. As you mentioned, there is a convergence of IT and OT. So the movement of data between the two environments securely is paramount to prevent those breaches. So like I said, usually, and we say that our architecture plays a big role. I mean, pursue a model. I mean, either the Purdue model, IEC 62443, one of the two, and control movement in between the two. I mean, inspect traffic as it goes along. Once architecture is covered, I mean, then think about containment. Containment is important. I mean, most practitioners, I mean, they seem to skip that part. So containment meaning that once you do that segmentation, I mean, they start looking at, let's reduce the blast radius of a potential breach, and that way it's easier. I mean, the rest of the operation doesn't get affected.
Yeah, that's really good advice. You know, containment's kind of basic, you know, cybersecurity 101, I think, at the IT level, but you know, maybe not always something that OT people might think about. And I think in some ways there is no more IT versus OT, right? Everything is so connected now. You know, whatever happens in one domain is definitely going to affect what happens in another. From your focus on OT, what are you hearing and learning from other security leaders that indicate industrial organizations are getting more serious about cybersecurity for their industrial controls?
This one, I'll answer that with a little smile first. It used to be that OT and cybersecurity industrial environments, I mean, was relegated to the plans, you know, and where actually the action took place. Now it's a board level discussion. I mean, our executive layer, I mean, they are, and leaders, they're looking at OT and saying, all right, I mean, if we get breached, the consequences to the business, either in production or reputational, are dire. So that is changing a little bit. I mean, the conversations are elevated, I mean, to higher levels. Convergence is still a big discussion. That again, IT/OT convergence. So yeah, we see a movement of the discussion at a higher level. I mean, and look at it from a more broad strategic and leadership perspective.
And we have a lot of conversations with our clients too about this kind of thing. And one of the things we talk about also with our clients is modernization initiatives. I mean, you've said that cybersecurity is attracting the attention of the boardroom now, which I think is great. I think it's also attracting the attention of people down at the plant floor that realize we probably have to modernize stuff in order to become more secure. What are the added cybersecurity requirements in this transformation? If I am going to modernize, what are some of the cybersecurity aspects that I have to keep in mind?
Everything starts with visibility, and unfortunately, our business, accurate inventory and of all the assets in the field, sometimes it's challenging. I mean, some of these places, I mean, this is not, for instance, in oil and gas, that you have assets that are readily, I mean, there that you can drive in a minute. No, usually these are in the middle of fields. So, I mean, inventory of those assets is somewhat difficult. So asset visibility is really important. From there, I mean, what controls are you going to exercise on those assets? What are you going to do? Are you going to allow the data? Are you going to deny it? What are the conditions in which you will allow data to come in and out of those devices? So those are things, I mean, that we're looking at. And again, I mean, I'll die in the hill of convergence. I mean, the data used to be in only one location. It used to be focused in the field with a server in the field. Now it's been elevated and all the way to the cloud as well.
All the way to the cloud. Yeah, I think we've heard a lot about that this week, and securing the cloud is important. That's a good segue into the next question, which is what's the impact of emerging technologies like industrial Internet of Things and the cloud and 5G on architectures overall, and how are you addressing those challenges?
Well, I will say go back to that architecture being the foundation, I mean, for security. And our products are, we collapse several technologies, I mean, into one single platform. And by that I mean, we are able to exist in the physical world, if you want to call it that, as an appliance, virtually in a hypervisor, all the way to the cloud. But the look and feel and the capabilities are the same. So when we start looking at architectures, it's really easy for us to provide a secure conduit from, let's say, a PLC or some I/O in the field, and get data from that and shoot it all the way to the cloud. So that, for us, that is really important. How do we move data securely in between all those environments? Interestingly enough, I mean, we see the emergence of software as a service, and most of them are cloud hosted. 10, 15 years ago, if you would have said, hey, we have a SCADA on the cloud, they would have looked at you, I mean, run you out of the room with pitchforks and torches and all that. Now that is part of the business. We replicate data on the cloud, we access data from the cloud, but that doesn't exempt it from having a secure conduit all the way down to where that data originates, and a secure conduit to the person that is securing the data. The second part, we'll move on after this one, is identity management. I mean, and secure remote access. How do we allow those people, either within the organization or outside of the organization, to access that data on those devices and maintain a level of audit that we can see what they're doing, maintain some control in the event that, I mean, somebody's doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. So those are things that right now Fortinet is focusing on, and creating the foundation, I mean, the infrastructure to, again, help our clients, I mean, implement that secure architecture.
Yeah, that's good. And I remember too a time when people said there is no way we're going to have direct cloud connectivity, from a SCADA system to the cloud. But here we are, and it's becoming more and more prevalent. So just one last question: what do you think the future holds for cybersecurity as we think about the needs of the enterprise? What's on the horizon?
This wouldn't be a conversation about cyber without mentioning AI. I think AI plays a big role in the future of our business, period. I mean, IT and OT. I mean, leveraging, I mean, automation, reducing redundancies. I mean, really, that's one thing that we're going to see happening in the future. We're going to see better utilization of data. I think convergence is still a big deal. I mean, there are some organizations, as you mentioned before, there's a clear divide in between the two. However, understanding that both environments, meaning IT and OT, have different needs is important. But I mean, breaching that gap, I mean, that's securely, that's important. I think that in the future you're going to see a lot of movement away from flat networks. I mean, they're still out there. They're still out there. Even in some companies that you will think that because of the nature of their product, they're so sophisticated, they're still running flat networks. So I think that we're slowly moving towards that. Everything gyrates around architecture, so I think architectures are going to be, more standard. And I mean, visibility of assets is always going to play a big role. And how do we secure those assets? I mean, it's going to be paramount for just about any business, really.
Yeah, to me, that is the core, that asset visibility. If you don't know what you have out there, there's no way you can measure it. And I think AI has a lot of practical application in cybersecurity because we get so much data, right, from our devices and so forth. And AI has the ability to kind of filter through these huge amounts of data, and present information to the end user that's actually useful, that they can act upon. I want to thank you for joining us today, Carlos. Again, my name's Larry O'Brien, Vice President of Research at ARC, and we've been talking to Carlos Sanchez, the Director of OT for Fortinet.
Yeah,
Thanks again.